Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. Systemera dropped a release date trailer for the upcoming Megatech DLC for Astroneer that not only lets us know when to expect it, but also showed off a bit of what will be included. There is also a new post on the Astroneer blog full of additional details. Let's dive in. Before we get to the release date, let's take a look at a few things from Megatech that I do not believe we've seen before. We'll start in the depths of space with the Orbital Platform, and it looks like we can now confirm that the objects it is anchored to are asteroids. There has been a lot of speculation that we've seen planets or moons inside of the ring of the Orbital Platform, but to me, the scale of things were off for that. The trailer and blog confirms we're going to be visiting asteroids and giant resin nuggets. I truly cannot wait to see how that giant resource nugget plays out. But the Astroneer blog also confirms that these are asteroids and will have options to select what kind of asteroid shape is present in the center and even what planet it orbits around. But they still haven't said exactly what it's used for. In this shot of the giant resin, part of it is missing. And in these shots, we can see portions of the orbital platform rotating. I don't know about you, but this makes me think I just might be on the right track with my theory that the orbital platform serves as some sort of giant resource extractor, mining resources from asteroids and massive resource nuggets that enter the Silva planetary system. We also get a good look at some features on the orbital platform. There are numerous power cable plugs dotted around, along with large open spaces to deploy various objects. In this shot, we see a lot of resource storage and numerous solar panels and even a portable shelter. You also see numerous resource and item plinths that are available in creative mode. I only point that out because a lot of people thought these were new items when Systemera dropped this image on social media. But back to the orbital platform. While we don't see any production modules like a smelter or chemistry lab, I'm guessing that these large open areas on the orbital platform would provide plenty of space to build out a mostly functional base. I doubt the atmospheric condenser will function up here though. The orbital platform must have some sort of artificial gravity because we can see an Astroneer walking on the surface and we can see a rover parked. And speaking of the rover, I like that the white raised section between each of the larger gray areas have small ramps. That should make it easy enough to drive a rover from section to section without too much effort. There is also some sort of control panel visible in this shot of the orbital platform that I do not believe we've seen before. We don't really get a clear shot of it though, so it's difficult to guess what function it might serve. Perhaps this is where we choose the type of asteroid that will appear in the center. There is some sort of symbol above it and we can see it again from the back in this shot, but that isn't enough for me to really figure it out. What we can see from this shot though is the sheer scale of the orbital platform. There are some large platform Bs in this shot and they look absolutely tiny in comparison to their surroundings. They barely occupy half the space of just one of the 20 large gray areas of the orbital platform. Yeah, this thing is huge. And according to the blog, we only get one of them. Moving on, a lot of people have speculated that this item to the right is some sort of automated drill that extracts soil. Well, it's not a drill. This is a construction anchor that we will use to mark a construction site that will deploy a mega printer platform which will, in turn, use mega printer drones to build the various megastructures. If I had to wager a guess, then I'd say the flying canisters we saw in the previous trailer are the mega printer drones mentioned in the blog. And that big round building we saw that I thought was some sort of observatory? Nope, it is the distribution launcher system, and it is one of the megastructures we can create that will store and launch additional anchors to construct all the other megastructures. Moving on to the Intermodal Terminal, I think there are some new things here we have not seen before. First, we see a large resource canister unloading from a rail car onto the terminal instead of just transferring resources from the canister. This is new behavior for the rail cars. Currently, if a rail station is set to unload, it does not move a large canister from the rail car onto the rail station. But more interesting to me is the hydrazine. I don't think the earlier trailers had this area designated for hydrazine storage. And it is definitely intended for hydrazine because you can see the hydrazine symbol right next to the slot in this scene. That does answer a question I had though. With shuttle movement being automated, I was curious how they were going to be refueled. Though that does make me think this scene might be hinting at another change. Currently, if you have a shuttle with a hydrazine thruster, there is not a simple way to automatically attach hydrazine to the thruster. Even if you have hydrazine on a spaceport or stored in the shuttle itself, you still have to manually attach each hydrazine canister to the thruster. So, is this update going to bring about a change to those slots on the thruster that allow them to automatically pull available hydrazine? I certainly hope so. And I think there is even more evidence to back this up in this shot. See that single canister of hydrazine sitting on the output slot of the large canister? Yeah, the way things work currently, that wouldn't happen. The canister would move to an open storage slot in the shuttle or on the Intermodal Terminal itself. We can't see if there is open storage slots in the shuttle, but we can see open slots on the terminal. Given that there are clearly 3 different spots for hydrazine, one for each shuttle landing pad on the terminal, I think we are about to see a change that could result in thrusters being automatically refueled. And that would make sense because, let's face it, automating shuttles from planet to planet wouldn't be especially useful if you had to stop and refuel the thruster manually every 24 launches. Oh, and by the way, I think this scene also shows us the new large fluid and soil canister that Systemera mentioned on their blog. While this canister is definitely similar to the existing medium fluid and soil canister, it is much taller due to the extra section at the bottom. I wonder how many small canisters this thing will hold. We also get a much closer look inside of the Biodome that we've seen in previous trailers and that had its name revealed on the Astroneer blog. I think the first thing I noticed were 2 new plant types, and when I checked the blog, they did indeed confirm there are new harvestable plants arriving with the DLC. I'm pretty certain we even see the seeds for one of these new plants in the various shots that include a look at the Astroneer's backpack. The Biodome can be seen growing numerous different types of plants, and the blog describes it as a place that we can automate planting and harvesting of plants. The blog also mentions that we can only have 1 Biodome per planet. We also see the large center column lit up in this trailer, and it's blue. That indicates oxygen. I originally thought maybe this was power storage, as in previous trailers it was not lit up, and the black segments made me think of power storage cells on batteries. But in this newest trailer, we can see it has the signature blue oxygen color. Someone from the Vainglorious Discord server speculated that perhaps the Biodome is capturing oxygen from the plants. And you know, I kinda like that theory. I am definitely excited about the ability to automate plant production without using a bunch of auto arms and sensors for everything. I do wonder if they've solved the problem of plants not growing when you leave their immediate area though. I hope so. Not seen in the trailer, but mentioned again in the blog, is a museum. We will only get 1 per save, but it's a place where we can donate bytes, power, resources, and seeds to get rewards, new perks, and what the blog calls an impressive holographic display that grows taller the more you donate. It will also serve as a place where we can display various collectible items, though the blog did not go into detail as to which items these might be. But apparently having these collections in museum display cases will unlock additional perks. What we did not see in the trailer or mentioned in the blog are the large spaceport style objects we saw in the original trailer for Megatech. These appeared attached to and in space near the Orbital Platform. They are still featured in the screenshots on the Steam page for the DLC, but their absence in the latest trailer makes me wonder if they're still going to be a part of the update or if maybe they were cut. The blog also mentioned that there will be a deluxe edition of Megatech that will include unique cosmetics, including the jewel case palette, an ambered visor, and great shift mask. If you're into cosmetics, especially rare ones, then the deluxe edition is the one you'll want to get. At the very end of the blog, they once again spell out what will be part of the free update, and that includes the Intermodal Terminal and the distribution launcher system. It will also include the various quality of life updates that they have mentioned before, such as tether droppers and new walkways. I have no idea what the walkways are since they haven't included any image of them in any of the trailers or screenshots that I have seen. I'm pretty sure the free update will also include the new large gas canister and large fluid and soil canister as well. Plus, with the way they've worded things, I suspect there are other quality of life improvements included that they have not yet revealed. Wow, that is a lot of information from a very short trailer and blog post. If you want additional information on the Megatech DLC for Astroneer, then be sure to check out the other 2 videos for this update on my channel. While we did learn a lot of new information today thanks to the blog, there has also been a lot of speculation in my video today. But our guessing will come to an end shortly because the free update and DLC arrive on November 20th, and you can wishlist Megatech now on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox. So what do you think of everything that we learned from today's release date announcement trailer and blog post? Head down to the comments and let me know. Are you excited for the DLC? What do you think some of the remaining mysteries are? And what are walkways? Let's talk about it in the comments. Or just drop an emoji into a comment to let everyone know how you're feeling about Megatech for Astroneer. Personally, I'm really looking forward to it as it looks as though it will open up a whole new gameplay loop and will finally give our massive automation builds a reason to exist. If you enjoyed today's video, then please hit that like button. It really does help my video be seen by more people. And if you want all of the latest news on every Astroneer update, along with Starseeker news, then be sure to get subscribed. I not only share details from trailers, blogs, and dev streams, but I also have comprehensive overviews, reviews, and guides for each Astroneer update. And my channel is home to Astroneer Academy, which is, without exception, the most comprehensive and helpful Astroneer guide series you will find anywhere. And that's not just me being proud of my own videos. You can read the comments for yourself and find comment after comment that say the same thing. So get subscribed so you don't miss any of it. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.